Hi everyone, so welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to celebrate the anniversary of one of my favorite products, which is the MacBook. Now, this is not any ordinary Mac or what you get in the market or you will find in the hands of people these days. This is a Mac back from 2014. So I purchased this Mac on like October of 2014. So we're now in October of 2024. So exactly 10 years it has completed. So I'm going to talk about what's good and has there been any issues with this Mac all this while? What are the challenges I had to face? And then if you get a chance to buy a MacBook from 2014, should you go ahead and buy one? Now, Apple used to, they had these advertisements where they used to call this is the MacBook that people love. And I think they have a reason for it. Now we're going to check on everything. So let's start with the design. Now, the MacBook Air has a stunning design, and this Apple logo is not just a logo, this is a functional logo which glows or illuminates when you change the brightness of your display. It has a very smooth frost silver finish, and this is a pure aluminum body. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the design. You can see that this design is beautiful because it's getting mixed and merged with the lower half of the machine. And you can see that there's absolutely no way you can differentiate that these are two different, parts. Now, if we turn to the left of the laptop, so you'll have some ports. So you have your lightning connector port. This is for charging. And then you have your normal USB-A, you have your 3.5 jack, and then you have two microphones. And if we turn to the right of the laptop, you will see that there is a SD card slot, and then you have a USB-A, and then there is a Thunderbolt port. So that's all. You don't get any other ports. And if you see at the back, it's really neat, and there are no vents or there are no gaps or anything like that. It's a complete unibody structure. Now let's go ahead and open that up and see how it is performing in these days. So if you see at the screen, it still has that, gorgeous looking color production. Yes, the newer Macs have much better resolution rate in that terms, but then this is holding up pretty well. So it's great for, your work. And then if you're someone who wants to watch a movie or something like that, you also get a trackpad over here. And this is basically, it works on all your gestures. So you can do like a 2-finger gesture, you can do a 3-finger, you can do a 4-finger, you can just like tap it, pinch it, like whatever you want to do, you can go ahead and do that. And it does everything really silent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details about this Mac. So I'm heading to the Apple logo on the top left. Let's click on it. And let's select about this Mac. So if you see, this is running on the Big Sur, macOS Big Sur version 11.7, and it says like, it is the MacBook Air, and then it has a processor 1.4 gigahertz, and then you have memory, which is 4 GB, and then you have the graphics, which is the Intel HD graphics 5000. And you can here see the size of the Mac, which is a 13.3 inches. Now, in terms of the battery, I would say it's still holding up pretty good. So if you're someone who watches a lot of, movies or videos or something like that, it can easily give you about 4 to 5 hours, even now after 10 years. And you're someone with, some light work, maybe, just doing a little bit of, surfing, or maybe something related to your school or for your office. I think for those cases, it can pull up to almost 6.5 to 7 hours, which is really impressive. Now let's go ahead and take a look. Let's try to open a website. So I'm into Chrome, and I've just opened this Apple website. It's really fast. And then If you scroll down, you don't see any kind of lag or any issues with the response. It's still crisp, clear. The text is really bright, and then this is the maximum brightness that you can go. And then if you see, it's really crisp. Everything is readable, everything is smooth, and there is no lag or anything like that. Now, let's go ahead and watch a video and see how it is performing, because of course, you're not going to work always on websites or on your day-to-day tasks, but you're also going to go ahead and keep yourself entertained. So let's go ahead and open up my channel, and then let's go ahead and play one of the videos.
Hi everyone.
And let's go ahead and maximize it.
Vlog. So today we're talking about a growing online scam that's scaring people into paying big money.
And we're going to keep the resolution at 1080p, 60 frames per second.
Now these emails sound really threatening.
So as you can see that, it is really clear, it is crisp, you can read everything on the screen. Now, there is also, in terms of the audio, if we have to talk, so the audio is pretty good as well. I mean, for a machine which is like 10 years old, there is absolutely no distortion on the audio. So you get a balance of good, vocals, bass, treble, and then it just delivers that, perfect sound that you need. Now, there's one thing that if you want to check, that how much time it takes. So if you're expecting, this laptop to perform blazing fast, then you need to hold on, because it has still aged at this point in time. So it takes a little bit of time, but it will definitely get your work done. So let's go to Pages, which is similar to Microsoft Word in your Windows environment. And let's open up a blank page. And it just takes a couple of seconds, and there you go. You can just type anything, and then you can save. Same goes for if you're working on your emails and other stuff as well. So absolutely no problem over there. Let's go ahead and test the camera as well. Now, it is not really a powerful camera that you used to get like back then, but still, it's pretty good enough to get your things done. So as you can see, the picture is really good. It's clear. You cannot say that it's not going to do the job. But then again, it also depends on the kind of lighting that you're having. So I'm using it indoors, so which is definitely going to cause it a little bit of. It's not going to give you the best results. But then if you're using it outdoors, that's going to improve the performance of the camera a little bit as well. Now, that's one of the reasons I would still love the Mac, is because it still, after 10 years, it's still able to deliver that performance. Yes, there is an initial lag. When you just start this laptop, you're definitely going to have to wait for a little bit of time for the system to load and boot up, maybe like a minute. But then once you're in, and then there is no problem. You can use anything that you want. So if I open this TV app, it was like really quick. So I just click on start watching. I don't have any videos, but then if we go to watch now, let's give it a little bit of second. It's still pulling up the data from the internet, and let's play this file and let's test how is it working. And now it's going to work on the full screen. And so you can see that this is fairly, a great display that you cannot complain much about it. It still has that great, image quality, and everything is just so good at this point in time. Now, that's something that I would say in terms of the visuals. And if you want to, make some settings, you can of course do that. It also has the setting to increase your, the backlit for the keyboard. So you can increase or decrease the brightness. That actually can be set up from the keyboard section. And it's very neat and it's very clean, as you can see. Now, one more thing I would like to touch base is this particular hinge that you see, which is the joint of this laptop. Now, what happens is this still feels really solid. And I don't know, I might have, opened or closed it over 1,000 times now, but it has not gotten loose, or there is no issue, or it's kind of like, wobbling or anything like that. So it's really It's really tight, and it's really good, and it stays on its place. And one of the beautiful features of the Mac you cannot miss is that if you close this lid, and let's say I close this up. Now, if I want to pull this lid up, all I have to do is just one finger over here and then just lift it up. So you don't even need like two fingers to lift up your Mac if you want to use it. So that's one of the great features that you get as well. Now, this is one of their signature highlights when they used to, demonstrate this or, put it on ads. So that's what I have to say at this point in time, that if you get a Mac from 2014, should you buy it or not? Let's go ahead and discuss. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention about the battery life. Now, it takes about 1 to 1.5 hours to get this Mac fully charged using its own, adapter, which is a lightning connector adapter. So this is what the adapter looks like. And then if I have to show you, I can just remove this lid. And then if you see this has a lightning, connector. So if I go ahead and put this over here, it's going to pull this connector because of the magnet. There it is. Now to remove this, there's a technique. Now Apple recommends you should never pull this like this way. All that you have to do is insert a finger and then just lift this to the top, and then this comes out. Now, normally, you also, with the previous generation Macs, you get a extender, like an extendable cable as well. So this part of the adapter is removable, as you can see. So if you can remove this, and you can insert that extender, and then you will get a really long cable in case if you're having, your charging point is not very near to you. So if you have to ask me, should you buy the MacBook Air 2014 and 2024? I would say yes and no. So now here's the differentiation. You buy the MacBook Air 2014 if you're on a budget. And then if you're someone who's really fond of the original Macs back then when, at the time of Steve Jobs. So you buy this for another reason. Now, number 3 is for the looks. And because, it's really a gorgeous looking, Mac. So you cannot deny that at any point of time. Now, you should not buy this Mac is because they are not providing any software updates to the Mac. So if you're someone who wants to stay at top in terms of the software update, then that might be a no for you. Now, the other thing is if you're someone who wants things to get done like really blazing fast. Now, this Mac has aged. It's almost like, 10 years or 11 years of old Mac that if you're getting it in the market, then you cannot expect a lot of, blazing fast performance from these machines. So that's something you need to compromise as well. Oh, and one more reason why you should buy the Mac is because of the great battery backup. Now, even after like 10 years of usage, I know that I've already told this, but then I would like to reiterate myself that it still holds up pretty well, and it really charges up really quick. So for extensive heavy usage, you can at least get 4 or 4.5 hours after like 10 years. And if you're someone who's just working on some text, your normal browsing or maybe emails, you can easily get about 6 to 7 hours of battery life, which is a great thing. So that's my take on the MacBook Air 2014 13.3 inches. Do let me know in the comments what you like about this Mac, and would you get a hands-on on one of these Macs if you get a chance. Hit that like button, press the notification bell to receive all the updates on my future videos. Subscribe to my channel and to stay updated for the content that I put in the coming days as well. Till then, I will see you on the next one. Bye.